I'm feeling very peach today. Very springy, but I kind of feel like I need a tan to pull this much peach off, but slash orange. Is it orange? Is it peach? Anyway, first of all, I just wanted to say I hope you are all keeping safe and well, and I'm sending love to anyone who needs it at the moment. I know it's a weird time, but I do have a March favourites video. Well, this is just kind of like a general beauty favourites, but it's stuff I've been loving in the last 3 months, basically. I'm tending to do these favourite videos every few months rather than every month, because I honestly don't try enough new makeup to talk about stuff every month. So I have a few skincare bits, quite a few makeup bits, so let's get into it. So first up, I'm going to talk about the kind of boring thing, because I find this product very unexciting, but it's very relevant at the moment. So I did want to share which my favorite hand cream is that has been getting me through this very, very sad time for my hands. I did mention this I think in my previous skincare video that was like a few videos back, but this is the Nordic Birch hand cream, and this is Super Moisture. Yeah, I think it's the Super Moisture scent or fragrance or whatever. It has like almond oil and really like nourishing ingredients. It doesn't really have too much of a scent, but it's just very, very thick and nourishing for your hands. So I found this in a natural vegan health food store in Brighton. I'm assuming that you can get it online, but it is Leaping Bunny certified and everything. Yeah, it's just, I've tried a couple of them. They're only like £5 a tube. And if you, like me, are very non-excited by buying hand cream, but kind of feel like you need to have something by your bed for times like this, when in the winter especially, my hands just do get really dry, and obviously with so much hand washing, they've been really scaly. So Adam's hands have been the same, and I've been giving him this as well to apply, and it has really, really made a difference. When my hands have been really bad, I douse I put so much on, and I just kind of rub it in a little bit and then leave my hands for like 5 minutes, and they're like literally all white and creamy and kind of gross, but I just sit there, stay still for like a minute, 30 seconds to a minute, let it sink in, and then rub your hands again, and then it's kind of all sunk in. I do only apply this at night before I go to bed though, because it is so thick, you can't really then get up and go and do stuff, because it does leave your hands with that greasy feeling, but it definitely works in making your hands not so scaly. So yeah, did want to recommend that, because I know probably a lot of people are suffering with very, very dry and painful hands at the moment. So there are a couple of things from Pixi that they actually sent me to try, their new Milky Hydrating range. So I have tried previously the Milky Hydrating Mist. I liked it. It wasn't my favorite. I didn't really love the scent of it, but I haven't tried it for several years, so it may have changed since. I know a lot of people really love it, but it's got that kind of hydrating, gonna leave your skin with a glow. They brought out a load of different products in that range, so like a cleanser, a makeup remover, a serum, a tonic. I've tried some of them, I haven't tried all of them, but these are my favorites so far. The Hydrating Milky Serum and the Milky Tonic as well. So with the tonic, it's basically like a toner. I actually prefer to decant this into a spray bottle and spritz it all over my face as like a refreshing mist. I find because it is really hydrating, it works really well for that. You can just swipe it all over your face with a cotton pad or something instead, but I really, really like this. It leaves my skin feeling very hydrated, glowy. I guess it's a little bit like that hydrating mist, but this is, well, I guess that is a skincare item, but I always used it for after I did my makeup, but this is much more of a skincare item. So it's infused with oat extract to help soothe and balance. It rehydrates, nourishes and relaxes, and it's alcohol free, and I believe it's fragrance free, but don't quote me on that. I can't see fragrance listed in the ingredients. I'm not a skincare expert, but I do know that my skin has really liked it and been liking that extra step in my routine. And then the Hydrating Milky Serum is just a really lightweight, basically like a very light moisturizer. It's going to just add a little extra hit of hydration, which is really nice in the winter months. I apply this under my nighttime moisturizer. Again, I believe it's fragrance free. I couldn't see fragrance listed on the ingredients, whereas I could see it on some of the other products in that Hydrating Milky range that they sent over. So those are definitely two of my favorites, and two that I found my skin has really been appreciating in these kind of weird transition times from winter into spring. My skin's definitely been going through like quite a lot of dryness, so I've really been enjoying those. Next up, something that I had to mention just because it is such good value for what it is. Beauty Bay came out with a whole skincare range. I believe the whole range is fragrance free as well. It's really well priced. I think this is £7 for this whole tub, and you can see I've gone through loads of it, but it's just such a great night cream. It's very thick and emollient. It has loads of like ceramides in it. It's made of oat. It just kind of blends out to nothing. It doesn't have a strong scent. It kind of smells faintly of oats. But yeah, I've really been liking this. My skin has just been drinking it up. It's really refreshing. It kind of feels very cool when you apply it. And yeah, my skin always looks so much more hydrated and plump the day after when I wake up. I've been using this every night as a night cream since I got it, maybe like 6 to 8 weeks ago now, and hands down one of my best skincare finds this season. Like, I love it. I've also recently purchased the Face Theory Lip Balm Bioactive. It's a lip balm. It actually has raspberries in the ingredients, and I was expecting it to smell really raspberry, but it doesn't really. It just has like a pink tone to it, but this has been really good. I've been using this every night as well since I got it. It's really kind of thick and hydrating. It's actually a really good replacement for the Nuxe Rev de Miel. I find this has like quite a similar texture to that, and it is gonna leave your lips feeling really kind of nourished if you do suffer with dry lips. I do love the Bite lip mask, but that one's a little bit more emollient than the Nuxe one, and it's kind of hard to get in the UK. I did find out that Bite do ship to the UK, but and they include like taxes and stuff and what's it called, like customs charges on the shipping, so you don't have to pay extra when you get it. But it's just a lot. Like, I don't want enough stuff to like make a huge order from the US. So this has been a good replacement for that because I've pretty much run out of that now. And I've really been enjoying it. It is petroleum free, boosts collagen and reduces inflammation. So it's fairly well priced as well. I think it's around the £10 mark. Can't remember exactly, but yeah, really like that. Okay, on to makeup. Let's start by the way that I would apply this to my face. My first favorite is the Light Wonder foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. There's going to be a few Charlotte Tilbury products in here because, as I have mentioned in a previous video, I think I have been kind of investing into Charlotte Tilbury products over the past couple of months, and I still have a couple that I want to buy just because I want to properly review them and do a whole video just on like ranking or rating what I think is like worth the money from the range, because the Charlotte Tilbury gets so much hype and it's so expensive that you're kind of like, is that really gonna be as good as they're hyping it up to be? Obviously there's downsides to every product. Like, this is definitely one that does have downsides as well. It's not like perfect, but I have been using it every day and I have been really enjoying it. So this is gonna be more of a kind of tinted moisturizer type finish. It's not gonna give you tons and tons of coverage. If you do have really bad acne or scarring or anything like that, this probably isn't gonna be one that is going to offer you coverage of those, but it is going to even everything out, offer kind of light to probably not medium, probably just light coverage. So it does kind of cover some of my blemishes, but it definitely doesn't, you know, mask them in any way. But I like that. My skin type I like to have kind of blemishes showing through and show my real skin texture and stuff. It's perfect for me. I do think that this is a really, really beautiful foundation. What I really love about this foundation is that it will kind of just glide onto your skin. It's in like this really great bottle, so you don't have to pump it out, because pumps can actually draw air back in when you're pumping. So I like that they have put it in this bottle. It feels like very kind of easy to use, sanitary and all of that. I do prefer applying it first with my hands. I think I did this in my work from home makeup actually. Apply it first with my hands, spread it all over my face, and then go in with a brush and kind of just pat it in and like buff it out with the brush very gently. It gives the most gorgeous, I'm wearing it today, I'm wearing all of these products on my face today makeup wise. I really love the finish that it gives. It's very glowy, and it definitely gets more glowy throughout the day. It reminds me a lot of the Hourglass Vanish stick in that way, where it'll wear and get more glowy. And it doesn't, because it is very light coverage, when you touch your face and stuff, there isn't loads that comes off on your fingers and stuff, because it kind of just absorbs really nicely into the skin throughout the day. So it's definitely not the most long lasting, but I don't think it's claiming to be. It's more of just a really beautiful, natural, radiant glow. So I've really been enjoying it. I'm in the shade 2 Fair, and yeah, I think it's a good one. There are a couple of concealers that I've been trying out in the last few months as well. So the first one that I bought was the Milk Makeup Flex Concealer. I have this in the shade Creme. Yeah, Creme. It's a bit of a weird one. It's quite like thick in a way that I didn't really expect it to be. It's quite sort of, yeah, like not waxy, but kind of like solid. But it's really, really lightweight, and when you blend it in, it feels like you're not wearing anything under the eyes. I am wearing this under my eyes today. It's a really, really beautiful consistency because it does just feel so lightweight. It doesn't offer a ton of coverage, so I do find that kind of throughout the day it wears off quite quickly, but it does look really natural again. It doesn't kind of settle into fine lines. I mean, I have fine lines, so it's not going to completely like not settle, but it doesn't settle obviously into my fine lines. Like, you know, it doesn't look like, oh my god, there's so much product under my eyes kind of thing. It's really nice. You can just use a tiny bit as well and it goes a long way. I also have really been enjoying the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away liquid concealer. The packaging for this is awful. It's just, I don't, why did she choose to do that packaging? It's just not nice to use. Like, it does just gather all there and stuff, but I do kind of understand why she did it that way, because having the brush tip or the sponge tip on the end does distribute the product in a really natural, flawless, seamless way, so you barely have to blend it in with your fingers at all. You can't really fully blend it with this applicator. You do really have to go and pat it in with your fingers afterwards, but it's very, very quick work to do that because of the sponge applicator. So I do understand the logic in them putting that on there, but I just think the reality of just all the product glooping up around it, it's just not that nice. However, having said that, I do really, really love the formula. I think it offers a little bit more coverage than the Milk, but it has the same kind of weightless feel under the eyes. I have the shade 3, which is just a little bit dark. It's closer to my face skin tone, whereas I do prefer my under eye concealer just to be a tiny bit lighter. So that's why I've used the Milk one today under my eyes. This one I've used on blemishes on my face. It's a very kind of, as I say, natural feeling. It offers a little bit of glow, but it just kind of blends in with your natural skin texture. That's how I find it works anyway. Yeah, really, really good. Quite a unique formula in the easiness it is to blend in. In terms of cheeks, I have really, 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 and I think this is like one of the most undupable products that I've tried. Out of all of these, this is probably the most undupable product, as in there isn't anything else really that I've tried like it. This is the RMS Living Luminizer. It's just a cream highlight. I am wearing it, as I said, on my face today. What I love about this is how it barely looks like anything. When you swatch it, you're like, oh, is that it? It like blends into nothing. You can barely see it when you're like doing this on your hand. It's probably catching the light really nicely in the camera, but like in real life, it literally looks like nothing is on my hand. And when I swatched it, I was like, are you joking? I've just spent whatever it is, 35 quid or whatever on this, and it doesn't even show up on my hand. Are you joking? And then I applied it to my face and I was like, oh, I see. This is why people love this so much. And yeah, it does give the just most gorgeous, wet looking, seamless, lit from within glow, because it's very, very sheer, as I previously mentioned. It's very sheer, but it does have like this silver opalescent shimmer running through it, which, although you can't really see it when you swatch it on your hand or anything, it just translates to the face really, really well, and it just gives your skin such a natural, healthy looking glow. I honestly haven't tried another cream highlight that performs like this. It's really, really innovative in my opinion. Yeah, most cream highlighters will look really glossy and pretty on the skin and like you have a natural glow, but not in the same way. I don't know what it is, but it just catches the light in such a different way to other cream highlights that I've tried. So I really, 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 really love this. The BH Cosmetics Brilliance Bronzer. This is it says it's a satin finish, but it's like matte. There's no shimmer in this. This is in the shade Cocoa Cutie. Now, this is going to be an acquired taste for pale skins. This is a dark bronzer for me. Like I picked the wrong shade. They have 3 shades. I just picked this shade because I liked the look of it online. I knew it was gonna be dark. The thing is with it, it's so pigmented. Like you just have to tap your brush in and honestly, you'll then apply it to your face and you'll be like, oh my God. It almost applies like a really good matte eyeshadow, which I don't love when bronzers do that. However, I really, really love the shade of it on my skin. So as long as I go in with a very light hand with my big BH finishing brush, I think it is, not BH, sorry, B Cosmetics from Superdrug. Their finishing brush is really, really light and fluffy. And I go in with a very light hand. I'm wearing it today. It's a really, really beautiful, dark, sun-kissed tan shade, but I didn't have anything that was quite as dark as this in my collection, so I did want more of a, I was thinking more of like the Too Faced chocolate bronzer, like the original, that kind of shade. I've never used that, but that was what I was kind of wanting to replicate, and I saw this and I thought it looked kind of similar, and it's obviously a fraction of the price of the Too Faced one, so I do really, really enjoy this. You just have to be a little bit careful about how you're using it if you are fair like me. In terms of eyes, I've got a couple of products here. One is the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows. I'm in the shade Brigitte in this. This is a really, really, really great brow gel if you want those kind of really natural looking fluffy brows. That's what I tend to go for. I don't like putting a ton of product through my brows. It's just, I don't like that look. So I always comb my brows out after I've applied product anyway with just a blank spoolie. What I love about this is how tiny the wand is, and it really allows you to like grab onto every hair. It's pretty long lasting as well. The color is great. It's a great match for me. It's very like ashy undertoned, which I love. I think it's the blonde shade. I think they do have an auburn shade, but it looked too red toned for my brows. Although it's expensive, I do think, spoiler alert, I do think this is worth the money because I haven't tried another brow gel with quite the same applicator and that like makes my brows look so like fluffy and stays as long. Sometimes I have I have found brow products that will last as long, but they're either too dark a little bit or the wand isn't quite right. You know, that just seems to be like everything in one is perfect, you know? The other thing that I really wanted to mention is the e.l.f. Keep Your Curl Mascara. This is such a good mascara. It's from the drugstore. I think I do prefer this to my Ilia mascara now. I wasn't sure at first just because I love the Ilia mascara, but in terms of like price point, you just can't beat this. The way that it grabs all of my lashes and just like pushes them up, but also gives them so much volume and length at the same time. It is a beautiful mascara. It's just perfect. Like, couldn't ask for anything else really. Definitely recommend this. I got this on Sarah Rose's recommendation because she tried it and loved it. And yeah, she was right. So last but by no means least, we have lipsticks, lip products. There isn't any like particular ones I have been like gravitating to all the time, but I did want to share a couple of favorites that I have been using for like these kinds of spring looks that I've been doing. I've really been enjoying these kinds of peachy, glossy type of lip looks, and all of these products are great for that. So I have 2 lipsticks and a gloss to share. The first lipstick is the one that I'm wearing today. This is Charlotte Tilbury Bitch Perfect. This is one of her kissing formulas, which means it's really, really creamy, hydrating, emollient. It's gonna look really kind of healthy on the lips, not matte at all. Really love this. I'm gonna apply a bit more. So yeah, this is just a really, really beautiful peach cream lipstick. I still haven't found anything that I like as much as this in terms of the kissing formula. This is the best creamy lipstick formula that I've found. There are so many matte lipstick formulas out there now that I find they're like so easy to find drugstore dupes of. The cream ones, not so much. So, and then I've also really been liking the Ciate Wonder Wand, and this is in the shade Dreamer. It's very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury because these are for a specific like peachy springtime makeup look. So it's very similar, but it just is a little bit more baby pink. It's there in the middle. So very similar in formula though. I wish they did more shades of this because they really didn't have many nude shades when I was buying it. I bought it kind of autumn time and it wasn't quite the right season for me to wear this, so I didn't love it then, but now that it's springtime, I've really been enjoying it. I tend to wear it with a gloss over the top just because it is that little bit more pink. It doesn't look quite so flattering if I wear it on its own, although I can get away with it with some looks. But yeah, really been enjoying those. Again, they're both quite creamy emollient formulas. And then the gloss that I have recently been enjoying, which I'm going to apply a bit of now. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury, oh god, what are these called? Collagen lip baths, I think, and this is in the shade Peachy Plump. So they have a few different shades, but these are like really sheer lip gloss with loads of shimmer running through them, and the peach one was definitely going to be my shade. It has this weird kind of heart-shaped applicator, which I don't love, but the formula itself is very pretty. I wouldn't wear it on its own. I would only wear this as like a topper. It's right there, but it goes perfectly with those two lipsticks, and just gives your lips a really wet looking, shiny. It's very comfortable, you know, it's not too sticky. It tastes of mint, so if you like that, that's good, but it doesn't like make your lips tingle or anything. So really been enjoying that. It's very like easy just to swipe on and go. It is a dupe for the Hourglass Unreal Lip Gloss in the shade Ignite. They are pretty much the same shade, but this one is a bit cheaper. So if you are wanting to get a very glossy, sheer lip gloss with loads of sparkle to it, and you can't decide between an Hourglass one, or you know, you don't want to spend the money on an Hourglass one, then Charlotte Tilbury, just as good. Just as good. So those were my favorite products at the moment, my much favorites. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I do feel a bit weird like just coming on here and talking about makeup when there's so much other stuff going on in the world, but we're gonna just do it. We're gonna move on. We're gonna pretend that all of that horrible stuff isn't happening for 15 minutes and just connect over makeup instead. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do want to see more from me, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.